What's going on, everyone? Do you remember this?
Get in the car. Drive down to the Mackenzies.
So, most of us know that that clip from the original Scream in 1996 is a reference and homage to John Carpenter's Halloween. Every Scream has had a reference to John Carpenter and Halloween to some capacity. Even the upcoming Scream 5 already has a reference that we already know about that is in plain sight that I'm going to do a video on tomorrow. So make sure you look forward to that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, follow up with the bell notifications, stay up to date with all things Scream, join this wonderful community in all of our discussions, and since we're here, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. So the reason I shared that little clip with you all actually has some significant meaning that I haven't really seen anyone reference or talk about, and that I didn't even really catch on to until recently, and I felt that it needed a video. So what I'm referencing is this. Sonia Amar is playing Liv Mackenzie. Is that just pure coincidence? Or is that actually the reference and the family from the original Scream in 1996? I mean, it makes a ton of sense. And in a lot of ways, it's really creative how they're incorporating that. And I wonder how many people truly noticed this, that, you know, that she is a Mackenzie, which was referenced in the original Scream. I wonder how many people actually put two and two together. Because like I said, I didn't even do that until recently when I was doing the Kirby video on how it was brought up in the cast list, you know, and so I was looking through that, and then I just saw the Mackenzie thing, and boom, you know, the sort of light bulb moment went off, and I was like, this is great. So I had to bring it to everyone's attention because I think it's deliberate. You know, most of these Scream films, yes, it's not Craven, but these new producers are very passionate and know and understand the way that Wes went about his films. And, you know, Wes never did anything unless it was deliberate. All those little Easter eggs, all the things that kind of seemed out of place or seemed sort of like irrelevant, were all relevant. They all had significant meaning, whether you realized it or not. And I seem to think that this will follow along the same lines as far as like Scream 5 is concerned. And so I think that this Mackenzie, you know, Liv Mackenzie, is that family. I mean, obviously she wasn't around at that time because she'd have to be in her 20s. I mean, unless she actually is. But realistically, she's probably the daughter of that family or, you know, some relative in some manner in regards to the Mackenzies that were referenced in the opening scene of Scream. I just personally think that that is incredible, regardless of what her character develops in, you know, and it kind of course, now sparks all the theories. I'll probably have to do a couple theory videos because I don't want to make this like a 20-minute video. So let me know what you think if you'd like me to do some Mackenzie, Liv Mackenzie type theory videos and ideas. But right off the bat, the first thing is like, how sort of ironic and clever would it be to have, you know, Liv Mackenzie be Ghostface in the upcoming Scream film? I mean, it would make a ton of sense. You know, you have that tie to the original, or at least the family tie to the original Scream that sort of brings everything full circle. They could even make a reference in this film. You know, will she live till the end? It's just, it's one of those things that really adds a connection to the original film without having to be so blunt about it. You know, you don't have to come out and be like, oh, look at me, like, look at what this did. You know, it's just a very, like, subtle, like I said, I wonder how many people have actually noticed this. I personally have not seen anybody reference this or talk about this or sort of connect the two. I mean, obviously, the internet is very vast, so I'm sure that there is somebody somewhere that has made this connection. I just personally have not seen it, and I just light bulb moment, and I was like, this is a great topic to talk about. And I wonder to what degree her and her family will take part, especially if there's a 25th anniversary. You know, will her family sort of be a sort of heir and connection to all of that? I'd really love to see how they go about the Mackenzies and maybe even learn a little bit more about that family from the original Scream, because all we got in that Scream film was that exact reference of like, you know, oh, go, you know, contact the Mackenzies, like go over to the Mackenzies and call the police. I mean, outside of that, it's not, we don't really have any information in regards to the Mackenzies. And it's a perfect, again, it's another Halloween reference in a broad daylight, perfect little subtle relevance. And then also it ties into the original Scream, and again sort of brings everything full circle. And I just really love that idea of it, and I'm really looking forward now more so than before. I mean, I was already looking forward to see her character development and see kind of how she will be incorporated into Scream 5. But now that I realize that she is a Mackenzie, now I'm really like intrigued and sort of sucked into this like Scream 5 vortex. And I just think it's such a clever sort of subtlety already in broad daylight, in plain sight, that I didn't realize. Like, you know, I'm sure many others watching this video probably didn't realize as well. And if you didn't, if this is news to you, please, again, let me know down in the comments. Give this video a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because, you know, it's really great to kind of piece things together, and especially as things start developing and we start seeing, you know, that promotional tour happening. I think we're going to see some more subtleties and some more connections. Again, I have a video coming out tomorrow that will sort of be similar to this, but as far as like another character and another topic. But as far as like Liv Mackenzie, I really hope we get at least a little bit of information in regards to that family and that sort of tie to the original Scream, because you're really starting to notice all of these little ties and all of these little references to connect the newer generation from the old. And I think that's extremely telling and extremely fascinating to see that this is going to be a film that is going to bring everything full circle and really tie everything together, at least to the original, at least to the Scream 1996, but I would assume the other films as well, because I mean, you got Martha, who was in 3, you got, you know, obviously the OG 3, you got Judy Hicks, who was in Scream 4, and her kid or relative or whatever. I mean, we don't know for sure if it's her kid, but that seems to be the most logical reasoning. But anyway, this is just a quick video that I wanted to shed some light on, because I just found this extremely fascinating, and I was just really blown away that I didn't notice it sooner, and 2, I haven't really seen anybody sort of piece that together. I mean, I've even had discussions with people about that opening scene and that reference, you know, the Mackenzies, to the Halloween franchise, and still never had it clicked. It just, like I said, happened because I was researching for the Kirby video, because she was on the Google cast list. So it was just one of those things that, like, just for whatever reason, my brain was just like, hey, you know, look at this. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do a video on this. So anyway, without dragging this on too long, again, I'd really appreciate you hitting the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, follow by the bell notifications, stay up to date with all things Scream, and join this wonderful community and all our discussions, and join the discussion down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Did you know this? Did you not know this? Were you able to piece this together? I'd really love to hear your opinion. What do you think in regards to Liv Mackenzie and that family? Do you want to see them sort of give us some information and some backstory in that regards? I'd really love to hear from you, and I'll see you all in the next one.